time for another draft physics video presentation. Almost didn't get made because I had to waste a bunch of time being interrogated on my opinions on a bunch of unrelated subjects because of the trolls again. So, this is, part of what life on the internet should be. No, it shouldn't really be that people do all of this interfering, with rumors and, just any kind of accusation you can make. So it's like if I got a bunch of emails telling me that, because the Baldy Cats is a teacher, and, let's say a couple of teachers at his school got caught being, inappropriate with the students, that now I can, kind of malign and slander him, and so they give me a bunch of stuff about how he was in on it or he knew about it or some other kind of crap, some peripheral thing. It's not even like a real accusation, like he was actually arrested or, interrogated by the police. Maybe they said that. Yeah, the police asked him questions. Ooh, that's so suspicious. And oh no, we can't have the debate because, this is somehow relevant. No, it would really be irrelevant. I mean, frankly, I don't see how any opinions on any subject could have anything to do with a physics conversation. Like even if somebody was like an ex-con or something, I mean, you can't have an interview with them on some other subject. It's just, insanely stupid to have to waste time doing this. But this whole idea that they get to set an agenda, right? That, I would actually be obligated, to preserve the integrity of my channel, to actually interrogate, Baldy Cats because some trolls sent me some emails, suggesting he might be guilty of something. Not even any evidence or anything, just the suggestion that he might be guilty. And I should start interrogating him to make sure he's I don't want to be caught having a conversation with somebody I didn't know anything about that might have, he might be an ex-murderer, he might have defended Trump. I mean, oh my God, he might have done some horrible thing. I mean, fuck. This is too stupid. But it just, I'm saying it in this video just to make a record of it. What the hell? That clearly these trolls do have power to fuck with your life and to make a mess. And that's really dangerous and stupid that we have allowed these liars to get away with this crap. And so, I got real damages. I can show real damages that these people do. And punitive damages would be, would be intended to send a message to all the other trolls to not do this shit. So go ahead, just keep building my case for me, cowboy. Keep doing it. Keep showing how your agenda of hate, okay, is some winning strategy for you. Because frankly, no, it's not. It is against the law to do what you're doing, all right? And if you have to pay for it someday, you might have to pay a lot more than you were expecting. So just keep pushing the envelope. Anyway. So anyway, the debate should go on fine. But, we'll see. People want, it is kind of funny that, somebody can, it's the Holocaust thing. They can call you a Holocaust denier because, how many things do I have to deny? If I deny they made soap out of Jews, I'm a Holocaust denier, right? Or like if I only say there was 15 lampshades and not 20, oh, I'm a Holocaust denier, right? Yeah, so, I don't want to trivialize it. It's really important to some people to believe what they believe, and the story has to be, the Nazis intended to murder the Jews right from the start, and that was their intention, and they didn't have any other intentions or motivations. It was clearly they wanted to murder them from the very beginning, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you want to believe that? Fine. But you really think I have to believe it? I have to? Come on. Yeah, it's such an important subject, and it's really sad that people are so, left, right, or whatever you want to call it, that they force you to believe stupid or idiotic. And you're not allowed to believe anything else but stupid or idiotic. You have to be part of one of the clubs, the Jew haters or the Jew lovers. You can't be in the middle where you say, yeah, well, I'm not either way. I don't love them. I don't hate them. You're not allowed to be that. You know, it's just an amazing pile of shit. All right, so there's so many subjects now that are taboo. You just can't say anything, and if you have any record in your history of ever saying anything, you're fucked because you're not allowed to say anything anymore. Nobody can have an opinion. It's not you just click I'm a right winger, I'm a left winger button. That's it. You're not allowed to have an opinion. I mean, it's just so draconian. And for the Baldy Cats guy to fall into it, to pretend he has, it's just an excuse. He's looking for a way to bail, and so he's using this crap as an excuse. Oh, it's just so fucking stupid. But anyway, I'll endeavor to persevere, of course. So the good news is the little shillers, the little players of the little playroom, your little playpen, your little stinky playpen. Some of them showed up, and they're just so fucking stupid. And so let's just, I have a Skype account, Do Not God, on Skype. I'll talk to any one of you. If you think you're smarter than me, you know more than me, why don't you prove it, okay? Why don't you show yourselves to be so much better at this logic thing and putting facts together and researching and finding and knowing? Why don't you demonstrate some of it, okay? I mean, I might even pay you $10. Yeah. How much do I have to pay you, you little weasels, you little potty mouth weasels, all right, to back up your statements? All right, so this idiot says, this is hilarious. Everything you have said demonstrates AB point. So AB's point is that you shouldn't have a conversation in an atmosphere of ignorance about what the truth is. And so I have, through the last couple of months, pretty much focused on this one subject. I have demonstrated that none of the professional physicists can, in fact, accurately describe a two-slit experiment. They can't get it right. All right? And it's just, those are facts. Okay? They can't be denied. The stuff I've pointed out can't be denied. So why don't you show one of those facts, one of those points I'm making about how they're being inaccurate, how portraying the image on a flat screen is stupid because obviously the math isn't going to fit because, the numbers aren't going to match because you're distorting the image. And it's just simple as understanding that a widescreen movie can't be shot, displayed on a flat screen. It won't work. I mean, it's not even hard, difficult physics. I mean, it's grade school stuff that they're not even appreciating or not even accounting for. I mean, simple things. But there's not a single, it's just amazing. So he just does this, like, okay, I'm part of the club, this is what the club does. I mean, it's so lame. And the fact is, AB's physics will not say something. He'll not make any statement saying, I separate myself from what our little sycophant trolls do in my name. Okay, he won't even have the integrity to knock these guys down now and then for being trolls on the internet. Their little fan club of trolls, talking shit. All right, he has no right to say this shit. All right, anyway. Do you not have sufficient understanding? You do not have sufficient understanding of the subject matter to have a meaningful discussion. So again, and what do you base that on? So I've played Professor Lewin, I've played Feynman, I've played Susskind, I've played Shakar from Yale, I've played all of the, talking heads, Green and Alkari, and so all of those people, I've played them talking about the two-slit, and I've pointed out where they've said things overtly inaccurate. I mean, can't you counter-argue one of those points? Just one of them, please, before you make a statement like this? All right. The more you protest the point, so it's amazing. So the more I point out how, You're such a goddamn liar. You have no evidence that I lack understanding of the experiment, that I lack exposure to it. I have, in fact, stated that it is probably a truth that on YouTube, of all the people on YouTube, all of them, I have witnessed, I have viewed more two-slit experiments than anyone else on the internet. Yeah. I believe that's true. Over the last 10 years, I have immersed myself in the subject. I am, in fact, the expert on the subject. Oh, fuck. Anyway. So just a gross statement, Dylan Payne, whoever the hell you are. Why don't you account for those statements, you coward? You're going to make an accusation like that. You ought to be able to back it up. So let's get into a Skype room and we'll have a contest and see who knows shit about physics. See who knows what experiments have and have not been performed and how they were performed. You know, because I don't think you're not gonna look too good. Okay, you're gonna lose the contest and you're gonna lose it badly. You piece of dirt. So he gets 10 thumbs up for this piece of crap, this steaming, unaccountable, unproven, just slander is all it is. It's just crap. He has no understanding of my understanding at all. He just talks this shit, okay, as a good little Borgite. You know, keep endorsing the Borg. Facts, those aren't important to us. We will, say things that are overtly untrue anytime we feel like in defense of our glorious physics. Ugh. People are just so fucking foul. Cowards. Okay, so another Dick Dawson, another coward. Wow, the shill's joke went right over your head. So it's a joke. So they call themselves the assholes, the drunken, stupid fucks, the propagandists, and we're all, hey, it's a joke. Yeah, sorry. No, it's what you called yourself. If you have a band called the Smelly Dicks, what the fuck? Then you're pretty stupid. Amazing. Ha 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 ha. Yes, yeah, it's amazing that you think it's a joke, all right, to just buy a t-shirt that says asshole on it and you'd wear it because you think it's a great joke. Retarded moron. Do you buy that t-shirt too? Oh, fuck. Little tip for you. The channel name is a typo. What does that even mean? You were supposed to be called the Hills? Or what? The D Hills? What? It's a typo for what? Sorry. You people are insane. That's what you are. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought you were just stupid, but you're fucking insane. I'm a very good driver and speller. It's a typo. What the hell is this shit? Okay, so I'm supposed to figure out what the typo is. Oh, damn. Alright. Oh, little tip for you. Your channel name is a typo. Oh, so he's doing the daft physics. Oh, it's such a funny joke when you make fun of somebody's name. Einstein means moron. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Einstein's a moron. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, you're really so fucking brilliant. I mean, who does that shit? Flat earthers? I guess that's where you learned it. You learned all your great technique from the flat earthers. God. Pathetic. Thinks he's like Clark Kent or something. Yeah. I'm Superman when I get my underoos on at night. Dick. Yeah, I don't think he got one of those. No balls anyway. So, Dick, do you want to have a conversation, Dick, about what you know about physics, Dick? Because I don't think you know Dick about it, Dick. Okay, and then there's craftykilla, another. Oh, She's such an intellectual. Haha, right. Proper triggered by us using the word shills. So again, yeah, I just don't understand it. Sorry. Why don't you call yourselves smelly vaginas? You know, I'm sure you'll go far. You know, I mean, it'll really appeal to an awful lot of people. You know, and it's great. You know, it's really great for your progress in life to have people thinking about smelly vagina when they look at you. So it'll be really good for you. It's good for your future. fucking trolls. You know, it's just amazing. Anyway, but that's all they are. You know, they properly name themselves. Shills, trolls, jerks, time wasters, goofballs. Yeah, they all would have been a good name. So apparently, litigious motherfucker deleted his comments. So it must have been the troll, the cowboy again. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think you spelled John with a D. So I don't know exactly what that meant, but who cares? And then there was some guy called John Doe, and he's gone too. Ha ha ha, got me there. Ha ha ha. So, fascinating comment section. You people are just such brilliant physicists. Can't believe how good you are at this. Alright, so we'll just remove this. We'll give Dick a chance to defend his bullshit. Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot, Dickie. Alright. Oh, and there's craftykilla again. So I did go to her channel. She makes, you know, the most boring, dull, slow, flat earth videos you could make. You know, just totally uninteresting. And such. So not much to say. She even had a guest on, right, who devotes his channel to this crap too. And there was a little defense of science isn't a religion. And even that they couldn't do in some kind of straightforward way, like where you just point out, well, religion is a fable, okay? They wrote down and pretend it's real. And science actually tries to look at the facts and find out what the truth is. It doesn't have some dogmatic, made-up story. You know, it actually has to defend the story with evidence. That would be a key event, right? And then that joke is that I could just point out the evidence that science isn't using, like the fact they never repeated the Eddington experiment, and then the fact that there are no detector experiments. You know, there's no rational way to detect where photons are going or electrons are going. It's not even theoretically possible, let alone have the experiments been done and you watch the results. Oh, anyway. Haha, can't even do your research. So again, this claim that I am somehow under-researched in what I'm doing, yet I'm the one who's saying, well, let's look at Feynman's description. And you wish to defend it? Please do so. I mean, I've asked Baldy Katz to show me, right? Show me your piece of evidence. Show me where you got your beliefs from. Who told you what the truth was and you found it a convincing argument? So show me the evidence. So show me where you see a very rational analysis of the double slit experiment. You really think two waves can create the double slit pattern? You know, the two patterns. Two waves can do that. Well, show me. Okay, if you believe it, show me. No, it won't happen. I'm glad you enjoyed our randomness, though. So these are people who obviously don't know much about physics, right? Because they think, yeah, they really think everything's random. yeah, they don't understand how, no, it's an inevitable universe, I'm afraid. Yep, there is no little sparklies anywhere. Your little magical randomness doesn't fucking exist. Okay, there's always a cause to the effect. And your delusion is just your little delusion, and you really don't have any evidence demonstrating that your little random savior exists. You're just a byproduct of your environment. You're just puking the crap you ate. And you're really dumb. You ate shit and you're barfing it. It's double shit now. Well, it's at least shit and a half. Okay, why don't you demonstrate any genuine, validated, peer-reviewed evidence? That's exactly what I'm asking you for. Okay, so where's your peer-reviewed evidence of the the Eddington experiment done from space? Oh, it doesn't exist. Where's your evidence of it done with a better telescope? Oh, it doesn't exist. Where's your evidence of it done when there was a perfect eclipse over North America? Oh, that's right. No peer reviewed. There was an amateur who did it, but it's not peer reviewed. So you don't really have any evidence, right? You just sell in an idea, a story, and you're selling. Everybody who doesn't believe our story is a flathead. No, I don't think so. Anyway, evidence for peer-reviewed evidence for a single thing you said. So if I say the evidence doesn't exist, I have to give you a peer-reviewed paper on the fact that the evidence doesn't exist, that they never did the experiment. Oh, yeah, that's a catch-22 standard if I've ever heard one. Oh, and this is a guy with an icon that's just gross, right? Face gallon. Whatever that, that's just too cool, right? Obnoxious shit. And so he's just an obnoxious shit. Okay, amazing. Why do you have the word science in your title when you presented no science? So I did exactly what science is supposed to be doing, which is analyzing evidence. And so say something like the radar experiment. A scientist would look at it and say, oh, okay, you have two sources and you're sending an out-of-phase signal. That's right, our radio receivers won't be able to receive that. We can't receive radio, a signal at a frequency if two signals are out of phase and they're the same intensity. We can't decipher those. Can't pick up either one unless you have a special kind of antenna. That's what a scientist would do. Before he would jump to the conclusion that many universes were created, he might say, the photons aren't banging into each other. They're just arriving at the antenna, and they're two out-of-phase signals, and the receiver can't deal with that. That's what a scientist does, asshole. Newsflash. A scientist doesn't look for the first wackiest explanation and then jump to it. A scientist doesn't look at a cigar in the sky, a photo. It's blurry and cruddy, and go, oh, it must be Venetians. It's not just aliens, it's Venetians, because only a Venetian would have that shaped cigar. It's not what a scientist would do. Okay. Oh, I know this one. So, raise his hand. This is more their little antics. It wasn't that witty. I raised my hand and I said, I know this. I almost wet my panties. I was so excited by the question. So again, the whole question is what evidence do you have? Your claim, you make all these extraordinary claims for your science, entangled ESP particles, all kinds of crap, and your evidence sucks. It just absolutely sucks. And you can't admit it. You just can't admit how weak it is. How undecisive, unpersuasive. It's not some mountain of fossils you have here. All you have is your Bible. Feynman says so. The universe is random. And if you don't like it, tough. Feynman says so. It's pathetic. All right. So try again, douche. Ugh. Oh, it's her again. Craftykilla. Haha, can't. Oh, we already did that. Yeah, we'll delete that now. Try again. See if you're crafty enough to do that. I could probably beat her in a crafting contest, too. Anyway. What a bunch of cowards. Well, that's true. So this is from lsucking, though. So who the fuck cares? Suckling? Lsuckling? Can't you people, screen names aren't that complicated a task, really. These aren't even close to good. Ugh. If you're wrong, it should be a 10-minute debate. Now, if I'm wrong, it should be a less than 5-minute post where you actually link to the well-done description of the double slit experiment, right? Any one of these people could have just linked to a well-done description of the double slit, explaining how the two waves create the two patterns. Because two waves can't. And it's just a fact. But no, let's go ahead and show me that. Show me how the Young analysis is correct, even though your Young analysis doesn't have the right pattern in it. Go ahead, show me. No, they couldn't have done that though, right? So, like, I'm just saying, yes, if I'm this wrong, you could just post a link to this well done evidence that you have. So why don't you just show me the evidence that it makes so much more sense to display the image on a flat screen, and that I'm wrong to suggest that it's a finite pattern, that there's only a certain number of path length differences, and that's all there are. And that number decides how big the blocks are. The blocks are going to be the same size proportional to how many there are that fit in the 9 degrees. Why don't you show how that analysis is just totally incorrect? You can't, because you can't. That's why they don't do it. Instead, it appeals to authority. I mean, it's just so obvious. It appeals to it's just sycophants in love with their little heroes, and their heroes really aren't heroes. They're shills. They just love them. This is like, you know, people wanting to marry convicted mass murderers. I mean, that's just how bad this is. Okay, ad hominems and smarmy snark. Yes, it just really is pathetic. Okay, rubs the lotion, skin basket. Yes, and I'm completely not appalled by the comparison. Yes, please, yes, compare me to movie actors. Really good actors, by the way. Really good acting, even. So, yeah, my 1000th video on my other channel was me actually doing that skit. You know, I mean, a couple of changes, of course, but really brilliantly. You know, but anyway. This comment section resembles kids on a playground. Yes, and it has all the little piles of poo with sand stuck on them. You know, they're really little kids. And they did a lot of pooing in their little sandboxes. Very grown up. Yes, poo eaters. They probably ate some poo. This guy is a study in what happens when people have no access to mental health services. So it's just, I couldn't type that on every video on YouTube. No. I mean, it's just such a lame. Why don't you just, oh, your medication bottle is calling. You know, it's just so bad. The logic of the gods. So is this one of your great subscribers? You know, you shilly people. This is what you're. Oh, I'm so proud of. You know, these people. They probably give you $5 now and then, so it makes it worth it for you, right? Your little club of you know, physician, heal thyself. The logic of the gods. He calls himself Thor. You know, yeah, he's a real science guy. He loves science. Thor, logic of the gods. Yeah, he's a real scientist. Just pathetic. All right. I think this could be a good debate. Yeah, then what are you going to say? Also, where is the guy recording? In a basement? Oh. It's amazing. Yes, it's just such a horrible thing to be in a basement. I mean, just insane. Why would anybody have a computer in the basement? Totally inappropriate. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know, I guess I could say, oh, hey, I'm an ex-postal employee. You know, I'm not actually, but you know, you people are just too desperate, right? You can't make any valid arguments. All you can do is this useless crap. So yeah, try again. A little harder. Well, a lot. All right, one more. Wow, you fuckers in the comment section, just to ridicule, still act like a bunch of monkeys. Yes. Maturation gone wrong. Well, obviously raised by shitheads. Yes, we should unbury and throw in the garbage. Anyway, everything has to be a joke, and you feel so special being in your little club. Well, yes, that's all it is now. It's clubs. You're not allowed to not be a member of some little club and to wear it on your fucking sleeve. You know, or wear a silly hat demonstrating you're a member of the silly club. All right, failure. Future is doomed with this kind of intellectual shills. Yes, exactly what I've said. So yeah, I think he ends with idiocracy wins, and yeah, that's all we've got. You know, unfortunately, the intelligent people are way too stupid now to even save us. You know, you're all going to drown because they're going to throw real candy lifesavers at you. They're just so stupid. You know, they're going to destroy civilization and kill us all. You know, with their silly notions of reality. The heroes of the world will just bury us under their bullshit. All right. So, is there anything else I need to do today? You know, just such a waste of time. So let's just go through what their big denial here. This big, oh, they have all this evidence proving this isn't true. So here's the statement of the truth. Now, every physicist who does the analysis of the double slit, right? Now, I haven't seen one professional, you know, do it right. You know, and so they always do this. Hey, there's two waves come out of here, and they intersect with each other, and they make the pattern, right? Okay, so we know that the pattern isn't what they say the pattern is. The pattern has this problem, right? It's missing, well, here, it's missing bits. Okay, so it's got these big, obvious problems in it. And they just don't account for that because two waves can't do it. Two waves just can't do it. You have to have four waves to do it, and four waves really I don't think will do it either. So even if you can make a device that can make four waves, the four waves won't be in the right place because you have to put them in this weird location here, 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 and here. And you just can't make the waves come out that way, right? Just can't do it. So you're not going to get the pattern because that's what actually works is 4-point sources. You know, 4-point sources accounts for the double pattern, and the trick will be is that the two interior sources account for this pattern. Okay, so the two interiors count for that, and the two exterior surfaces, this distance and this distance, clearly account for these little bars. Okay, so all the little bars are made by that. And there would be one here, there'd be a little bar here, but you have to have both to have a photon. So the only place you have a photon is where you have this contribution plus this contribution both in phase. But if they're not in phase, then you'll get nothing. So if one of them's out of phase, nothing happens. So nothing happens here because one of them's out of phase. Nothing happens here because one of them's out of phase. So, you know, and the simple logic is, so again, this is all stuff they say is nonsense. This is idiotic. Don't listen to me because I'm saying something completely idiotic, and they've proven it's idiotic. They've demonstrated it. They have such freaking great evidence to prove that it's idiotic what I'm saying. No, this is actually what their math actually does. And they're the ones who are thinking, oh yeah, it's realistic that the wave did that. Half the wave went onto the surface, and half the wave went into the empty space. They think that's realistic. Well, anyway, but the real thing you're talking about is the distance. And the real truth is you can't view it on a flat screen. You have to view it on an arc screen. And when you do that, you can just figure out that it's just as simple as how many wavelengths, okay, are in the distance. So how many wavelengths are in this distance here? Well, there's 6 wavelengths, then you just put 6 notches on here. Okay, 6 notches on that side, then you put 6 on this side, and there, you're done. Okay, evenly spaced, and then you know exactly where they are. This is where there'll be a bright spot. If that's all I had was the one impediment, it'll tell me exactly where everything is going to be. And I just count how many wavelengths are in this distance, and that'll tell me exactly how many points there'll be where these two will be in phase. So all the points where they'll be in phase, it'll tell me, on this one side. So you count how many are here, and there's pretty much a direct relationship. This way, this way. This one, this way. This one, this way. This one, that way. This one, this way. There's a direct relationship. So number of wavelengths tells you the number of bars, and you just multiply it by 2 and do it to the other side, and that's it. And that explains the double slit experiment. So the first time in the history of mankind, okay, there, the accurate Okay, factual. Okay, this is fact. This is the fact. This is the experiment. And you can understand it as simply being scatter at the surfaces. Scatter at the surfaces, explain. So you just have a thing called a photon. You understand that the photon can be broken, okay, into pieces, a little broken edge maybe. Okay, you can break the photon, and then you can re-put the pieces back together and have a new photon, right? So you have photons go in, photons get broken by hitting slits, pieces go to different locations, you put the pieces back together, you have constructive reconstruction, you have the photon back. There. No interference, no photons hitting photons, no new universe created, wave function, blah blah blah, radartons, no wavatons, no radatons, no randomtons, no new universes. None of that bullshit is necessary. You just understand photons are big composite objects. Okay, they're big objects with only a little bit of stuff in them, almost like an atom. You know, an atom's a big thing with only a little bit of stuff in it. Well, photon's the same idea. It's a little bit of stuff occupying a piece of space. And the fact is you can, you know, the little bits of it can go in different directions. And guess what? You can collect them again at some location and put back together again a frequency and get back a photon. And that's it. Simple. Demonstrate there to exist a single piece of evidence inconsistent with anything I just stated. So show me the peer-reviewed piece of documentation that in any way proves something different is happening. That won't happen. Alright, so anyway, that's probably enough of a video. There's just really no point. It really is obnoxious, this whole idea of conversation in this atmosphere of pettiness and childish behavior and just trolly standards. Can you please argue the evidence? Argue from the experiments. Argue from the actual how was the experiment performed. Argue from details, the truth. So anyway, till the next time. I just hate this planet. It's covered with shitty shills. Ugh. So, till the next time.